Follow me to adventure!
Hello everybody, it's me Boots, and we're back for another episode of Adventure Quest, and this is a special episode because there are only 6 adventures left in my quest before any new things get released, and they are all roller beetle races, and there are 6 of them that are left, the core roller beetle races. There's this one. There's one in Brisbane Wilds. There's one in Mount Maelstrom. There's one in Diessa Plateau. There's another one somewhere else, and the one in Gandarian Fields, I think. Anyway, long story short, there's a few left. There's 6 left. And the reason I've held off on doing them until now is because I've done all of these before. So let's take a look and the lifetime score. And if you look, I am at the top of my current list and above top 200. Because on each of these, I have grinded out a good score, trial and error, painstakingly done all these races one after the other. Hours upon hours upon hours working on this worksmanship through like a worksman attitude with the roller beetle, because I have been just with the basic roller beetle skills, just knowing how to kind of drift kind of good, kind of well, and just knowing what's a good angle and a turn and stuff like that. So just knowing the basics of roller beetle racing, I was able to get, top 200 on each of these races. So it's pretty good. But I want to do better. And I think the only way that I could do better, besides putting a Jadebot teleport at the end of each race, is learning the advanced roller beetle techniques. Or at least being able to use one or two of them. Because there's a few, and a lot of them are much more difficult than my puny brain or skilled fingers can accomplish. So we're going to use what we can from them. I think I know one of them and how to use it already, and I think one of them is good to use on this adventure, for example, to begin with. Because I think if you're going at a good enough speed, and then you go into a drift and then quickly boosts, I think you extend the amount of tractionless drifting you do if you're like boosting in a drift. Because like the first, I think, yeah, I'll start reading. Anyway, the point is, I think by boosting right when you drift or right after you drift and like maintaining a certain angle and going in a certain direction, I think you break the speed limit of the roller beetle, as one of the ways to break the speed limit of the roller beetle. And I think it's good to use on this particular one because you want to get up this hill really quickly, and it's not that easy to do. Now, that's one thing. That's the one thing I know that I think I know how to do. But there are other things. So let's go take a look at the wiki page to read about it, and we'll learn together. How about that? So what do we got here? Mechanics of a roller beetle. Movement controls. We know the drifting, all the how to drift well stuff. I never read this, but oh yeah, also important to note, I've got my speedometer thing. I downloaded and installed an add-on for Guild Wars 2 called the speedometer because I want to know if I'm actually successfully doing some of these tricks. And this will tell me because it goes up to 100, which is how fast your beetle could usually go. And then if you break 100, that means you're going faster than the beetle can usually go. So how to drift well, I never read, but I think over the years I've learned how to do this intrinsically by trial and error doing it. But the advanced drifting techniques, that's where it gets interesting. So let's look at note that the speedometer used to record data uses different speed units. So 99 is 1800 units per second. So that's a fully boosted, the maximum speed is the fully boosted beetle thing. Okay. So yeah, let's take a look. The power slide is the most basic of the drifting techniques. I think that's the one I was just talking about. So you could drift along a sloped surface with it. You could use the turn and strafe keys to keep the beetle angle above 0 while holding the drift key. Drifting perpendicular to this. Oh, wait, no, this is not what I was thinking of. I think. So you drift along a sloped surface. Use the turn and strafe keys to keep the angle of the Beetle above 0% while holding the drift key. Drifting perpendicular to the slope with the Beetle facing down the slope will result in the highest acceleration. Okay, so if you're going down a cliff, it's better to drift down the cliff than it is just to roll down the cliff or down the slope. And the greater the angle of the slope, the more acceleration. The track is most useful on Guildhall tracks, can be used in the open world. I didn't know that you could actually go faster while drifting down than just rolling down. That's very important. Okay. Air drift. So this is one of the things that I think you need to unbind. Usually default on a roller Beetle, if you press spacebar, it boosts you. But I think that it's better not to have that. I think there's let's go to options. And I think it's at the bottom. Disable conditional mount movement ability. So yeah, so now you have to bind your boost to another button. Right now I have it bound to one of my mouse buttons, but one of my drift is also bound to that button, or to a different button on my mouse, so it's going to be hard to press them both at the same time. So I'm going to go to controls and figure out a good button to boost with. Shift will be my new boost. How about that? Shift. Accept. Okay, let's give that a shot. Oh yeah, that feels good. So that was the power slide. The air drift, so you drift while in the air. High acceleration when done properly, but result in significant deceleration when done incorrectly. So you have to... The core of the air drifting is at below 60-degree angles. An increasing Beetle angle will result in acceleration. What? The core of air drifting is that below 60-degree Beetle... I don't know what a Beetle angle is necessarily. An increasing Beetle angle will result in acceleration, while a decreasing Beetle angle will result in deceleration. Air drifts are performed by turning the Beetle while airborne. While it's not required to press or turn strafe or drift keys, both are highly recommended as they will make turning the Beetle mid-air much quicker, resulting in more acceleration. So if you press drift and try to turn, continually turn in mid-air, you'll descend more rapidly or something. Up to an angle of 60 degrees, and then a Beetle of great... and then once you get above 60 degrees, it goes to deceleration. So it's telling you the most optimal way is to air drift prior to becoming... Begin an air drift prior to becoming air. So you drift before becoming airborne. And then following the Beetle's turn in the air with the camera to accelerate. Oh! So you have to face the way the Beetle's facing while in the air. Oh, I could try that. This one seems very difficult, and probably not something I could pull off. Air cancel sliding. That also sounds crazy. So you could accelerate on flat ground with the use of this. So it's its own drift state, separate from the other two. You must successfully land an air drift. So you jump in the air. An air drift induced by a jump. So you jump. Okay. So you do your drift key, then you jump. Yeah, do your drift key, then you jump, turn and strafe, and then you turn your camera and jump. And then you continue turning the camera through the entire duration of the jump. And you must hold the drift key after landing the air drift for the entire duration of it. And you'll leave the ACS for a moment, and you leave it the moment the drift key is released. And you have to be between 35 and 60 degrees angle while landing. Whoa, what the heck? And so the speed increase will last for 1.8 seconds, after which, and then I'll go back to slowing down. So you could just keep on doing that over and over again, maybe? Chaining? Yeah, chaining ACS allows you to stack the overspeed and grant higher speeds over time. However, in order to chain it successfully, you must jump again, which is impossible in the ACS or slide state. Therefore, necessary to release and repress the drift key. Okay. That's insane. And I don't know if I could do that. I'll try, though. Hyperboost, boosting while drifting, easiest thing to accomplish. Okay, so there you go. That is the thing I know how to do. Or can do once, maybe. So press the drift key and turn straight in the direction you wish to hyperboost. Turn the camera, then press boost. Steps are similar to that of a jump drift. Instead of jumping, you do a boost key. Interesting. Keep the angle between 43 and 46 to achieve maximum speed. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Beetle will not travel in a straight line but on a slight curve. Yeah, I know that part. Drift hold is the only technique which does not accelerate the Beetle. Instead, is used to maintain speeds above the normal maximum. After performing any of the above techniques to go over the Beetle's normal speed, release, repress, and hold down the drift key. This will cause the Beetle to travel in a straight line while maintaining its speed. Because the Beetle will eventually leave tractionless drift state after 8 seconds. It's important to release and repress all the time. Okay. Huh. That I also didn't know. I'll try that out too. Keep on releasing and repressing the drift, even if I'm going straight. So the trail behind the Beetle, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, man. This is a lot of additional information. I don't know if I need to use any of this. Okay. All right. So before leaving and before showing you my fastest runs on everything, I think I'm going to try to, as a proof of concept, attempt to do each of these abilities once. Just to see if I'm able to do it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it consistently, but I'm going to try to do each of them once. So let's start with the Hyper Boost, because I'm pretty sure I know how to do that one. So now to see. Okay, so we're going to try to do the Hyper Boost and then continue the high speed as far as possible. Oops, that was bad. But anyway, I turn. Nope. Hit something. And play. And okay, so I definitely did the Hyper Boost there. Definitely did the Hyper Boost, but I don't think I continued the speed. Let's try it again. Maybe it's because I'm going uphill, so it doesn't continue the speed. And drift boost. I think I might have continued the speed a little bit there. I definitely... I waited too long. Okay, the Hyper Boost is getting better, though. You know what? It was doing it. Until I hit the tree, I think I was continuing it. One last try. No, I slowed down there because I think I'm going uphill. Okay. Okay, next, what I want to try... The next thing on the list is... let's go with the air drift. Because the drift hold I'm not sure I'm getting yet because I'm going uphill. But let's go with the air drift. Okay? So, that means we got to get a jump and shift right before the jump. I think it doesn't... I don't have to do it anywhere special. Shift right before jump. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That was 190 or something. 130 speed. Okay, that definitely works. Shift right before you go off of things. Very important to know. Okay. Let's do the Hyper Boost. Nope. Okay, I'm about to do a jump here, so let's... Yeah. I definitely gained speed there, but as soon as I hit the ground, I think it's because I hit into a tree. Maybe it's because I hit into a tree, but I'm wondering if when you hit the ground, it ruins everything. Okay, so I think the air drift is doable as well. I just got to remember to do it. Like right there. See, I definitely gained speed there. Okay. Air drift is doable as well. Next is Hyper Drift, and Air drift, I could do. Air cancel sliding, I do not know. Well, hold on. Power slide is the most basic. Also required to drift along a sloped surface. For best result, use the... Okay, so I gotta be on a sloped surface for this. But I have to have speed, so I have to be able to drift first. Okay, so this is sloped. Oh, that's water. Okay, wait. That was a sloped surface, and it was working. I wasn't boosting. I was going above 100 because I was on a sloped surface and drifting, I think. So I'm going down now, and I go... I think... it's so hard to tell. Let's look at the difference, okay? Just rolling down. I get up to 70, 80, 86 before hitting the water there. But what if I tried drifting? I reached 90 before hitting the water. Okay. So just rolling is definitely slower than doing, you know, doing like drifts every 1.5 seconds. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, so that's a power slide. Now, the last thing is the air canceled whatever. And I think I need to go on a flat surface for that. So let's go to the desert. Let's go up here to the domain of Corna, because around there is where there's a lot of dunes to practice. I think they put them there simply to practice using the Beetle. How do I do air cancel sliding? I'm not supposed to let go, so... Maybe I'm going faster? Well, not faster, but, you know. I definitely... Oh, okay. So, by jumping there... I definitely increased my speed. Huh. So I think the air cancel sliding is the one that I'm not going to be able to get. But I think I understand the concept. So if you look at my speedometer, it definitely increases every time I go in the air and turn. But I don't know if it overall makes me slow down or not, you know? Okay. I think we can work with something here. So I think I understand some of these concepts pretty basically, and I think I could reproduce some of them in actual races. So I'm going to go off and try to do those 6 final races over and over again, and over 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 again, until I could beat them and get better than my old ones. I will use the Jadebot teleporter for some of them once I get the hang of doing the race properly. So the next thing you should see is 6 races, one after the other, of my best times for all of them, and that'll be the last adventures that I have to do for this adventure quest until they release more. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys all soon, because I hope they release more adventures. But I'm after this is all done, starting in June, I'm gonna have a new adventure of my own. So I might not have as much time, but wish me luck, and I wish you guys all luck and happiness. And I'll see you soon. I might make it like a summation video of all this afterwards. We'll see if I have the time. Anyway, nice to see you guys, and that's it for me. I'll see you later. Goodbye.